From the blistering heat of the desert to the bone-chilling cold of the Arctic, from the dense, humid jungle to the thin air of towering mountains, a soldier's world is one of extremes. Survival in these environments ain't just about being tough. It's a science, a strategy, a testament to the power of human adaptability. It demands mental resilience, physical endurance, and a deep well of skills to not just survive, but to thrive and complete the mission. Welcome to the world of Army survival training, where ordinary individuals are forged into masters of their environment. At its core, this training is about fostering adaptability, resourcefulness, and self-reliance. It drills into every recruit a fundamental truth: mental toughness is the bedrock upon which all survival skills are built. It's the inner voice that pushes you forward when your body wants to quit, the clarity of thought that helps you navigate when you're lost, and the resolve to succeed even when facing the impossible. Let's start with the extremes of environmental survival. In the Arctic, a mistake can be fatal in minutes. Soldiers learn the critical art of layering clothing, not just for warmth, but to manage sweat and prevent hypothermia. They practice building shelters from snow and ice, turning the very element that threatens them into a source of protection. And just as importantly, they learn to maintain morale, to fight off the psychological drain of perpetual cold and darkness. Then, we flip the script to the desert. Here, the enemy is the sun. Survival hinges on meticulous hydration management, recognizing the early signs of heat stroke, and navigating a vast, often featureless landscape. Soldiers become experts at conserving every drop of water, finding shade where none seems to exist, and locating the scarce sources of food and water that the desert hides. In the jungle and tropical environments, the challenge is different. The air is thick, the vegetation is a wall, and you're never truly alone. Recruits master the arts of camouflage and stealth, learning to move unseen through the dense undergrowth. They learn to identify and avoid dangerous wildlife and venomous insects, and to find food and purify water in a world teeming with life, but also with hidden dangers. And what about the mountains? High-altitude training pushes the body to its limits. Soldiers learn to acclimate to thin air, preventing the debilitating effects of altitude sickness. They develop the immense physical endurance needed to traverse steep, treacherous terrain, and the navigation skills to find their way when every ridge looks the same. It's a vertical world that demands respect and absolute focus. But surviving the environment is only half the battle. You also have to live off of it. That's where practical, hands-on skills become indispensable. Recruits are drilled relentlessly on the essentials: how to build a temporary shelter from natural materials to protect against wind and rain, how to start a fire without matches or a lighter, using friction or a spark, how to find a natural water source and make it safe to drink, a skill that is truly life-saving. Sustenance is a constant focus. Foraging techniques become second nature, as soldiers learn to identify edible plants and insects, distinguishing them from their toxic lookalikes. They practice setting simple traps and fishing, turning a basic knowledge of animal behavior into a life-sustaining meal. These aren't just academic lessons. They are practiced repeatedly until they become instinct. Of course, knowing where you are and where you're going is critical. Navigation and orientation are pillars of survival training. Recruits become proficient with a map and compass, the timeless tools of the trade. They learn to read the land itself using the sun, stars, and natural landmarks to find their way. They also train with modern GPS tools, but always with the understanding that technology can fail. The ultimate goal is to maintain focus and clear decision-making, even under the immense stress of being lost and alone. For some, the training goes even deeper into advanced survival skills. This is the realm of evasion and combat survival. Here, soldiers learn how to move like ghosts through hostile territory, avoiding detection by a thinking enemy. They practice operating effectively while under pursuit, managing the dual stresses of environmental survival and active combat conditions. It's the ultimate test of skill and nerve. Underpinning all of this is the relentless focus on mental resilience. How do you cope with isolation, fear, and the sheer exhaustion of battling the elements day after day? The Army uses stress inoculation training. Recruits are systematically exposed to pressure, exhaustion, and uncertainty, forcing them to make critical decisions when they are at their mental and physical limits. This prepares them for the chaotic reality of a real-world crisis. The culmination of this training often takes the form of multi-day field simulations. These are not simple camping trips. They are grueling, realistic tests where soldiers are dropped into the wild with limited food, unpredictable weather, and complex navigation challenges. They must survive, sometimes individually, sometimes as a team, putting every lesson into practice. It's here that the training solidifies, transforming theoretical knowledge into lived experience, and the results speak for themselves. These skills aren't just for training exercises. They are applied on real-world deployments across the globe. Soldiers have used their desert survival skills in the Middle East, their mountain training in Afghanistan, and their jungle expertise in tropical regions. Time and again, this training has proven to be not just mission-critical, but life-saving. By the end of this journey, soldiers emerge with more than just a set of skills. They gain a distinct edge, a profound confidence in their ability to handle anything thrown their way. They develop an adaptability that allows them to thrive in unfamiliar situations and a resilience that extends far beyond the battlefield into every aspect of their lives. This training doesn't just create survivors, it shapes leaders. It fosters independence, sharpens strategic thinking, and builds unbreakable bonds of teamwork under pressure. It teaches you that the greatest obstacle is often the one in your own mind, and it gives you the tools to overcome it. The combination of mental toughness, practical skills, and relentless training equips these soldiers to face any challenge, overcome any obstacle, and succeed against all odds. They are a testament to what humans are capable of when pushed to their limits and given the knowledge to prevail. Thanks for watching. If you found this look into elite survival training fascinating, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more content. See you in the next one.